Let's dive in. Have you ever felt like you're speaking a different language than your partner, leaving you both feeling misunderstood and emotionally distant? Do you find yourself yearning for a connection that feels perpetually out of reach, like you're constantly butting heads? Today, we're unpacking the complex dynamics of a Moon-Saturn synastry, a challenging astrological aspect that can bring both frustration and profound opportunities for growth. Now here's where it gets interesting. We'll explore the perceived restrictions, power imbalances, and emotional complexities that often arise when the nurturing Moon energy interacts with the structured Saturn energy. We'll delve into practical advice for navigating these waters. First, let's define the core challenges. One of the most significant hurdles is the feeling of emotional restriction. The Moon person, representing emotions, intuition, and vulnerability, often feels judged, misunderstood, or emotionally stifled by the Saturn person. Think of it like a flower trying to bloom in a harsh winter. The Saturn person's energy can feel cold, rigid, and inhibiting. The Moon person might express their feelings openly and freely, while the Saturn person, fearing instability, may shut down or appear emotionally unavailable. This can lead to a frustrating push-and-pull dynamic, where the Moon person craves emotional closeness and the Saturn person pulls back, creating a sense of emotional distance and disconnection. This disconnection is fueled by the Saturn person's need for control, structure, and practicality. They may struggle to understand or validate the Moon person's emotional fluctuations, inadvertently making them feel like their feelings are invalid or burdensome. Consider Sarah, the Moon person, constantly sharing her anxieties with John, the Saturn person. John, in his efforts to fix her problems, offers solutions, not solace. Sarah feels unheard, unsupported, and increasingly hesitant to share her vulnerabilities, because John's responses are not matching her emotional needs. What about a time when you felt unheard by your partner? What were the consequences? Next, we have to talk about power imbalances. This aspect of synastry can easily lead to dependency issues. The Moon person, seeking emotional security and validation, may become overly sensitive, needy, or dependent on the Saturn person for emotional support. The Saturn person, accustomed to control and responsibility, might inadvertently reinforce this dynamic, creating an unhealthy power dynamic where one partner feels perpetually responsible for the other's emotional well-being. Conversely, the Saturn person might fear losing control within the relationship or feeling overwhelmed by the Moon person's emotions. Imagine a scenario where Michael, Moon, relies heavily on Emily, Saturn, for emotional reassurance after a long day. Emily, feeling drained by the constant demands, starts to withdraw, creating resentment. Michael, in turn, feels abandoned, and a vicious cycle begins. Does this sound familiar? Ever been in a relationship where one person felt emotionally responsible for the other? How did you address it? But wait, there's a catch. To fully understand this relationship dynamic, you have to know about a few key players. Sign and house placements, natal chart aspects, even the orb size of those aspects, can dramatically influence the intensity of these experiences. When looking at these factors, be on the lookout for key players like Venus, Mars, Chiron, and Lilith. The outer planets, too, can amplify these challenges. Plus, any retrograde motion during key planetary aspects can add another layer of complexity. Generational differences can also play a role. The Saturn person, often representing a more structured approach to life, might be from an older generation, potentially intensifying the power imbalances. This could lead to differing communication styles, further contributing to misunderstandings and frustration. Consider this: let's say the Saturn person is older. They may struggle to understand or resonate with the younger Moon person's emotional expressions and their need for validation, creating a deeper emotional rift. Fortunately, there's hope. This synastry, while challenging, offers immense potential for growth. The key lies in cultivating inner security, expressing emotions effectively, and developing emotional intelligence. For the Moon person, it's crucial to learn how to communicate their emotional needs clearly and openly, setting healthy boundaries and resisting the urge to become overly dependent. For the Saturn person, the opportunity lies in learning to embrace emotions rather than suppress them, developing empathy and understanding, and offering reassurance, even when they don't fully grasp the emotional landscape. Think of it like learning a new language. Initially, it might seem daunting, but with practice and patience, it becomes more fluent. What steps do you think would most benefit you in your relationship? Now, let's talk about practical advice. First, open communication is key. Both partners must commit to expressing their feelings honestly and without judgment. Imagine a couple having a weekly check-in to discuss their emotional needs and concerns. Second, practice unconditional acceptance. The Saturn person needs to acknowledge and validate the Moon person's emotions, even if they don't fully understand them. The Moon person needs to accept the Saturn person's more reserved nature without taking it personally. Consider this comment from one viewer: "My Saturn partner rarely shows affection. I've learned to understand that his love shows up in other ways." Now for a quick viewer comment: "I thought I was doomed after looking into our synastry. But now I know it doesn't have to be a battle, but something we can work through." Learning to address power imbalances is crucial, as is recognizing the karmic element at play. Sometimes, this synastry signifies past life connections, with role reversal as the potential path toward achieving a more balanced connection. Remember, this is not a condemnation of your relationship but a roadmap to growth. Address these power imbalances by fostering equality, mutual respect, and shared decision-making. Focus on building a relationship where both partners feel heard, valued, and supported. The feeling of feeling betrayed can be difficult to overcome, so that's another area to focus on as well. Here's a mid-video tease: if you want to learn how to navigate the emotional complexities, and find the tools to strengthen your communication, make sure to stick around. In conclusion, while the Moon-Saturn synastry presents challenges, it also offers a path towards deeper understanding, emotional maturity, and a more fulfilling relationship. By cultivating inner security, developing emotional intelligence, and communicating openly, both the Moon and Saturn partners can transform a potentially restrictive dynamic into a source of strength and resilience. Remember the analogy of the flower and the winter. The warmth of connection and understanding can help the flower grow, even in the harshest of conditions. This relationship type encourages deep love, and if you can navigate the challenges together, you can achieve lasting love. So, if you are looking for ways to create a more balanced and satisfying relationship, check out my other videos, where I will dive deeper into communication strategies and emotional intelligence. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more insightful astrological guidance on building stronger relationships.